Hey everybody, this is gonna be my last video on what I've gone through with the Luvox and the withdrawal. Uh, Yesterday was about as rock bottom as you could get. Horrific anxiety that was really unfounded. Anxiety to the point of hyperventilation, sweating, shortness of breath, heart palpitations, you name it. I mean, it was just a mess. I was literally on the floor trying to calm myself down. Uh, and then I took my drone out. I thought, let me try this and see if it can calm me down. And I'm flying the drone, and it got stuck in a tree. And then the anxiety went to absolute and utter rage. I was just so angry. Um, so much more angry than was necessary over something like that. So, I was cursing and yelling and just absolutely in a rage, and it just wasn't good. It was terrible. And I came home, and I was determined that I was going to get that drone back, and I went into the garage and grabbed the ladder and wasn't cursing in front of the kids, but was visibly agitated. And I went in the garage, got the ladder, and Amy came out with me, and then we put the kids in the car, and so they didn't see it. And I climbed the ladder, and I'm just wildly on this ladder, swinging a hockey stick, trying to knock that drone out, and I couldn't get it. And on one of the last swings, I literally threw myself off of the ladder and came down. I was about 5 feet up when I came down, and came down on my shoulder, but I was in such a state of anger and rage that I popped right back up and wanted to do it again. And it's you do so many goofy things when you're not doing well. And then Amy said to me, that's it, let it go, let it go. You always get another drone, it's not a big deal. And I just was so angry that I lost that drone, and I grabbed that ladder, that 6-foot ladder, and put it over my head and threw it as far as I could throw it, in complete disgust. And she said, I'm going home, and I don't blame her. She don't want to have to witness me being that out of control. And I grabbed the ladder, and she drove home, and I was almost like a machine. I had that ladder in my hand, and I'm carrying it back, and I'm walking as fast as I could, and just in a rage. And I came home, and I put the ladder away, and this had gone on for probably a couple hours. It was a complete disaster, and the worst part of it is I scared the kids. I upset Amy. My mom had been on the phone with me throughout the day, and she was talking to me and trying to calm me down, and I was saying so many stupid things out of anger, that I was going to climb that tree, and no matter how high it was, I was going to get that drone. And it was a terrible day. The anxiety with the anger was horrible. I started thinking to myself, how could I be a good husband and a good father if I'm doing this and upsetting them to that point? Rebecca, my little one, she's only 6. She said, "Mommy, I'm worried about Daddy," and that's not easy to hear. And one thing I was able to do when I noticed, I at first I didn't even think about other people. I was only mired in my own anguish. I said to myself, you have got to stop this. You can't do this. You're upsetting everybody. You're upsetting your kids. You're upsetting your wife. You're upsetting your mother, your father, your sister. Everybody's trying to help me. They're worried. They're not worried that I was going to do something crazy. They were just worried that I was going to wind up, hurting myself, climbing a tree, climbing a ladder, or, they're worried that I was going to have a heart attack because I was so agitated. I called the psychiatrist today and I told her that I can't do this. I can't live like this. And she said to me, why don't we go back on just a little bit of Luvox? She thinks I have what's called, I can't remember the term, but it's a too abrupt withdrawal. I'm sorry, too abrupt stopping the medication, and causes a pretty big withdrawal. She thinks that maybe I didn't wean down quite long enough, and that's trial and error. I don't blame her for that. That happens. But it feels good to me that I know that I'm going through this because I'm having a withdrawal from medication. It's not really me. It's just a terrible situation. And my mom and dad, they took the day off today from, they had things to do, and they're here today, and they were talking to me, and I just finally broke down and cried, and I cry because I know that this doesn't just hurt me. It's hurting everybody who loves me, and how lucky I am to have them around me. And the fact that they took the day off from what they had to do to come and sit with me and make sure I was okay. And they reminded me that no matter how much I feel like I have, that God is how much I feel a distance from God right now, that I don't feel His presence around me, that that His presence is there no matter what. He's going to be there. And I think that's another thing that people who have these problems have to remember, is that God's with you the whole time. He's going to hold you and hold your hand and keep you moving. And I just have to try to rely on that, even when I don't feel it. And you do too, if you go through this. The other thing, and I'll end it on this, is I wanted to make sure that I documented this in the middle of it. Too often I hear motivational speakers and doctors and people who tell you how they got over it and how it's over for them, and this is all you have to do, but you never ever hear from people who are right in the middle of it. And I'm right in the middle of it. So I wanted to show you what that looks like, because I'm not going to be here forever. I'm hoping in a couple of days I'm going to be, doing okay. So I didn't want this time to go by and say, well, this is what it was like. No, this is what it is like. This is what is happening right now. We need more people who are currently going through these hard times to show what it's like, because everybody thinks they're the only one. I've had people write to me recently, thanks for posting, because I feel like that I'm the only person in the world who's going through this sometimes. No. So thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. It's been amazing, and please pray for me. I think I'm going to get better. I know I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better soon, but I just wanted to share this with you, because I do really, really appreciate the love and support. So thanks a lot.